back. I'm back here after a short hiatus. I've really been a little bit all over the place this past month, but back at it now. I was in Bordeaux for a wedding where we stayed at the Mondrian Hotel. It's very modern, it's newly refurbished and has been designed by Philip Stark, so I think that says a lot. We've honestly spent a lot of time in the spa of the hotel as the weather was rather gloomy, but we also did visit the city and went to a local winery, which is an absolute must in the area. So let me take you along and show you some bits of that. We are at Chateau Pape Clément for a winery tour and wine tasting. I do really recommend it because the explanation goes quite in depth, also about the history of the chateau itself and the area, the winemaking in the broader area, and then quite an in-depth explanation of the wines you're gonna try, which in some chateaus there really is a focus on the tasting only rather than exploring the domain, and that is just something I particularly enjoyed and was looking for, so would really recommend. Also, I am currently reading The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I'm not really sure what to think of it yet, so if you're reading it, let me know your thoughts. I feel like it's quite different from her previous books, or like the Housemaid series, which obviously got very popular, but this is her most recent release. For the next 3 days, we were in Saint-Emilion for the wedding itself, which was just dreamy, absolutely magical. And our last day, we also visited some nearby towns. Once back home, I within the day had to leave and get to Paris for work, which was super busy, but I managed to squeeze in some sightseeing both in the evening as in the early mornings because the weather was just too good not to make use of it. Also this time I stayed at the Hoxton, which I would really recommend. It's super close to my office, but it is also genuinely a nice location, and just look at that summer bar they have going at the moment. So I tried to do as much on foot, just walking around, went to Café Charlot for dinner, which is an absolute classic, just nice views, good people watching. The coffee I also really recommend for matcha or some lemonade, matcha cold beverages, Chapon for that chocolate mousse on the go, which is a must. And then I also thoroughly enjoyed the Au Bon Marché food hall. This one you will easily recognize if you also, like myself, watch Jolly's YouTube videos. Lately, so many new hand-roll bars everywhere, but this one, Hando, is really taking over Paris. A very good experience there, and the setting is just great. And I know it's a chain, but Bomi really just remains one of my favorite bakeries in Paris. I also for the first time went to Umami, which is a Japanese matcha cafe as well as deli. got back home on the weekend, we had a free people movement run with germs and spent the evening in Soho, where I would really recommend Rita's for dinner. On Sunday, went for a long stroll. We tried the relatively new white mulberries in Marylebone, also blackcap, morena. So really tried to see what's new in the area, and ended the weekend at Mina, newest restaurant of the team behind Pashama, Zephyr, Naked and Famous Bar, Botarga, and so on. That is just literally doesn't end. Which definitely did not disappoint. The wait is quite long still for a reservation. I think we booked a month and a half in advance, or even before they opened. The next week for me was a full in-office week with some after work time at Broadgate Circle. See you next time.